Ladies and gentlemen, hobos and tramps, cross-eyed mosquitoes and bow-legged ants. Admission is free. Y'all pay at the door. Pull up a chair and sit on the floor. Welcome now, children, grandchildren, great-granny. It's time for the world-famous Hartland Hootenanny! Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Crow's Nest here at Hartland Studios on Hart Lane in East Nashville, Tennessee, USA. I'm Ketch, Secor of Old Crow Medicine Show, and you're watching a brand new show which already happens to be the most exciting hour of live stream entertainment you've ever seen from one man, one banjo, and one Victrola under quarantine. Yes, it's been since Vincent Damon Ferdier's transformation to Alice Cooper that you've seen a program this profoundly wholesome, yet haphazardly slipshod, and it is with a buffalo jump of sincerity that I welcome each of you to the broadcast. Our special guest on the Hartland Hootenanny tonight is an exciting new voice, a one-of-a-kind voice in the Americana music scene today. Singer-songwriter Ferrell is here. Such a voluminous offering of songs and merriment are bound your way with a vim and vigor of Brill Cream-like dependability. Yet these are harrowing times, so we offer you this hour with an empathetic heart. Well, there's no time like today, and so, as they say, hey, the gang's all here. This is the Hartland Hootenanny. Oh, welcome one and all to this week's live broadcast of the Hootenanny, everybody. It's Saturday night. We're coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. So glad you're here joining with us here at home. Let's kick things off with a good old barn burner. Ready? Hey! Well, that's over the hills and bound we go, down we go, down we go, digging up the devil and delico, rocking in the weary land, hang a number on the nail, hold the line, it's hard times in the cold one, take one less look at the sunshine, follow them boys on in, brave boys here, brave boys there, hey, ho, them brave boys rocking in the weary land, gal still the whiskey jar, kiss your loving bed, oh, pucker up, hey, ho, them brave boys rocking in the weary land. My children, we gotta fly and be on time. The unemployment line, 25 million, it's mighty high. Rockin' to the weary land, and there ain't no cure for old Corona. It's like 6 beer and some marijuana. So let's get Saturday night on the runner, rockin' in the weary land. Brave boys here, brave boys there. Hey, all them brave boys rockin' in the weary land. Gas steal the whiskey jar, kiss your loving bed. Hey, all them brave boys rockin' in the weary land. Hey, all the brave boys rockin' in the weary land. All right. Well, welcome home to the Hartland Studios, y'all. So glad each and every one of you are joining us. It's graduation Saturday, y'all, so we're celebrating all of our graduates out there tonight. Going to give a quick tour of the place. We're mindful of the long journey that all of our graduates have been on to reach this final hour. They're home tonight getting all gussied up for their long-distance proms and their long-distance graduation ceremonies. Meanwhile, preparing for the short distance between their Zoom call podium and the harrowing job market that they face. Yes, it's the season of matriculation, y'all. When mortarboards adorn acne-scarred foreheads. When yearbooks are signed with awkward confessionals like, "I always had a crush on you," and "Have a good summer." When class years are written in soap onto the back windshields of two-door Ford Fusions and other grad-appropriate vehicles. Yes, here's to the class of 2020. Now, let's kick off our celebration with this medley of songs about that young scholar who we know and love back home and for whom we feel such pride this very night. A medley of songs for our graduates. Here we go. We don't need no education. Oh, we don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. Hey, all in all, you're just another brick in the wall. And who could forget? I went to see the doctor of philosophy. performance. He said he could see through me. I spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains, and there's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find, yeah, closer I am to find, yeah. And of course there's the flag of piracy flew from my mast. My sails were set wing to wing. I had a jukebox graduate for first mate. She couldn't sail, but she sure could sing. I pushed B-52s and bombed them with the blue, with my gear set stubborn on standing. I broke all the rules, strafed my old high school, never once gave thought to landing. I hid in the clouded wrath of the crowd. When they said come down, I threw up. Ooh, growing up. And finally, who can forget? School's out for summer. School's out forever. Hey, school's been blown to pieces. Now listen. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers, dirty looks. Hey, school's out for summer. Ah, yes it is. Wow. God, could Hallmark have said it any better than Alice Cooper, a proud graduate of Phoenix, Arizona's Cortez High School, class of 1966. Well, it seems like that remedial English Comp 101 course really helped young Alice Cooper turn his attention to the importance of good sentence structure. Surely his teachers can see their handiwork at play in Alice Cooper's songcraft. Well, we're just getting started at Saturday night here on the Hartland Hootenanny. All right. We're celebrating graduates tonight. We've purchased an ignited an Airwick candle, and it's cafeteria scented, y'all. So the air is filled with... Wait, I gotta get my mortar board on. The air is filled with the soothing aroma of sliced beef on bun, chicken fillet on bun, taco boat. Ah, and how about the rare and coveted Tater Babies, second to only ABC fries for their rare unicorn-like appearances in public school cafetoriums. Oh, the sweet, odorous scent of education. Hey, that smells like our new Top 10 segment here on the Hootenanny. All right, what fun, everybody. Now, with 25 million jobs lost last month, and the old USA on track to duplicate the trends of the Great Depression from 90 years ago, it's hard to imagine the feeling the class of 2020 must have as they gaze outwards from their futures, from their self-isolation. Now, what work opportunities are going to be available to this new crop of career seekers? Will there be any jobs at all? Will all that calculus and trigonometry have been worth it? Should they have just dropped out at 16? Ah, students, so many questions. Well, we've got your answers right here in tonight's Top 10 Job Openings available to the class of 2020. It's a new segment, y'all. Bear with me. Drum roll, please. Number 10, high-speed drive-through temperature-taking analyst. Coming soon to a parking lot near you. Number 9, hand sanitizer refill specialist. I think you get to use a beaker with that gig. And maybe a plunger. All right, number 8, face mask fitting. It's like one of those bra stores, but less high-end and less bra getting to see. Number 7, doorknob disinfector. Need I say more? Number 6, online therapist for emotionally distraught homeschool dads. Seriously, grads, I'm hiring right now. Number 5, toilet paper sales team. Now hiring for single and 2-ply. Bowl over the competition. Come take the plunge. Wipe away your pre-corona dreams and aspirations and get ready to roll up your sleeves in this exciting and absorbent field. Number 4, events coordinator for the nightly 8 p.m. Go Outside and Howl. Ow! Number 3, Zoom call streaker. Young ladies only, please. Number 2, sandwich board sign wearer. Messages include, end is near, repent, end is near, and Judgment Day, hell awaits for those who do not repent, end is near. And the number 1 job available to graduates of the class of 2020 is ensuring that our society shall never return to the state of division, suspicion, factionalism, and discord so present in our country just moments before the global health crisis swept over us. Class of 2020, restoring our national civility is a tall order, but we hope you can do it. In fact, we're desperately counting on you and you alone, though we pledge to fall in rank once you establish the new world order. Well, how about, folks, we honor our graduate with a smattering of those memorable songs of the Old Crow Medicine Show. Truly, we wish you the best of luck and good cheer on this season of your great accomplishments. And we do so with a song and with our mortar boards proudly affixed as we sing, I'm going to salute you with a toast, too. To the class of 2020. Come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright. Get on board and down the river flow. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Well, it don't matter if you're PhD, gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Oh, you got a little old GED, we're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. There ain't no need for a resume, gonna raise a ruckus tonight. You can stand in the bread line any which way, raise a ruckus tonight. Well, come along, little children, come along, while the moon is shining bright. Get on board, going down the river flow. We're gonna raise a ruckus tonight. Hardtail, got cold on his hardtail. Can't be sure, it's gonna be your pretty little girl. Well, the way things look around this town, everybody howls when the sun goes down. If you need a place to lay your head, better quarantine yourself instead. Make like a fool in your hazmat clothes, your face mask, it don't cover your nose. In like a lamb and out like a lion. Old COVID-19 has got me crying. It's hardtail, got cold on his hardtail. Can't be sure if it's allergies or the end of the world. Oh, you know what sound that means. That means it's time for our world-famous News on Parade segment. Yes, it's News on Parade time, when the Hartland Hootenanny investigates what's going on in the minds and in the hearts of the Old Crow Medicine Show, America's sweethearts. And it's also that time when we open up the Pan-American Mailbag and read your correspondence. But first, the top news item for Old Crow today is a bittersweet one, as we lay a legend to rest. Yes, friends, it's time now for a Hartland Hootenanny tribute to the immortal Little Richard. In his nightclub act, 22-year-old Richard Penniman would sing the song like this: Tutti frutti, good booty. It wasn't until 1955, when radio programmers got a hold of the song, that we would come to hear it as Tutti Frutti on Rudy. What remained uncensored was possibly even more risque. A-wop, baba-loom-op, a-lop, bam, boom. Damn, are there any words more sexually charged in the English language than a-wop, baba-loom-op, a-lop, bam, boom? Leave it to Little Richard. Bisexual and born again, he could hit the high notes. His heroes were Louis Jordan and Mahalia Jackson, Ike Turner, Jackie Brenston. Sister Rosetta Tharpe gave him his first big break. Oh, and hey, guess what, class of 2020? Little Richard Penniman was a 10th grade dropout who joined a medicine show in 1949, performing a song that could have been written for the effeminate, mischievous Macon, Georgia teenager, Caledonia. He performed it in drag on the minstrel show circuit and was given the name Little Richard to set him apart from the other acts on the Big Tent Toby shows like Sugarfoot Sam's and King Brothers Circus and Broadway Follies. At the Royal Peacock Theater in Atlanta, he watched and subsequently stole recording artist Billy Wright's signature pompadour, makeup, and pencil mustache. He once said, "I wore makeup so that white men wouldn't think I was interested in white women. It made things easier for me. Plus, it was colorful too." Woo! His signature hits, Long Tall Sally, Good Golly Miss Molly, and Keep a Knockin', made him the greatest black crossover performer of his generation, influencing everybody from James Brown to Michael Jackson to Motorhead to the Old Crow Medicine Show. "They still haven't given me my due as the architect of rock and roll," he said back in 1999. "If you're a white guy, they call you the so-and-so. If you're a black guy, you're a self-proclaimed so-and-so. The white guy's the king of rock and roll, but I'm the self-proclaimed king of rock and roll. It's not right. Rock and roll is black music, so why don't they just say so? If it's from a cow, say it's from a cow. Instead, they wait until you're dead and there's dirt on your grave, and then they say how great you were, but you don't get to hear it." Well, how about it, folks? What say tonight? Let's let Little Richard hear it. Woo! Here's to the king of self-proclaimed kings of rock and roll, whose one-of-a-kind flamboyance made him the most burningest and most dazzling flame that ever erupted from a piano bench. Little Richard, I hope your heavenly raiments include both scepter and crown. You are a king and a blessing to all people, and we'll miss you. Well, I'm going to take a minute to dry my eyes here. And we're going to roll this brand new Old Crow video, a tribute honoring the one and only Little Richard, made in self-quarantine in just 3 days this past week. Now, last summer, 2019, some of you Old Crow fans out there watching are sure to recall our Midsummer Nights A-Rockin' of the city of Macon, GA, home of the incomparable aforementioned king of self-proclaimed kings of rock and roll. Well, it was in his hometown that we dusted off his classic song, Lucille, in homage to the great Little Richard. And here it is, our top item of the News on Parade on the Hartland Hootenanny tonight. Let me get my new remote control, and we're going to roll that tape.
This morning, Lucy was not in sight. I asked my friends about her, but all her lips was tight. Lucille, please come back where you belong. I'll be good to you, baby, but please don't leave me alone. Ain't gonna
Welcome back. Wasn't that amazing? Hey, did you notice my new threads? Of course you did, because they're that sharp on your TV screen. I know you're asking, Ketch, can I look that sharp? Of course you can. Pre-order your men's and women's cuts in various sizes, and they'll ship out right away. Or, my face mask is not behaving. Or try our new Nashville Rising shirt and get in the rebuild spirit. Just $30, y'all. Come on, you know we're worth it. T-shirts used to be our beer money, but now that COVID-19's hit, it's our mortgage money. So buy 2, please. Or 3. Okay. It's time to open up the Pan American Mailbag to hear from some of those folks who look forward to the Hootenanny all week long. Now, I'm going to take you on over here to the little mailbox in the sky. Let's see what we got in the old Pan Am box today. Oh, all right. Some great letters. And before we do, I want to tell you that we've got our friends at Fort Campbell up at the 101 listening in, the Airborne Division. God bless you. Thanks for what you do. We got folks listening from Jersey City, New Jersey, New Orleans, Burbank, California, Weirs Cave, Virginia, Dublin in Ireland, Big Stone Gap down in the Skeeny Park, Winchester, Virginia, Muscle Shoals, Alabama on the shores of the Tennessee River. We got folks listening at Juniata County, Pennsylvania, Waltham, Massachusetts. I was just talking about Waltham. Go Sox. Syracuse, Sintra, Portugal. The Portuguese are tuned in. Oh my God. Colchester County, Nova Scotia. Happy birthday to Ashley Johnson, who's watching in Greenore County, Louth. This must be in Ireland. Happy birthday, Ashley. Good fun and crack. Callianne Lord Ao says, Galleria da Google. She's from from Brazil, y'all. Congrats to the 2020 graduates of Ivy Lane. Howdy to Alejandra. Kimberly Lord says she needs a kiss but is quarantined. What I think you need, Kimberly, is a shirt. Order one now. Roy says, this show is slicker than cat crap on a new linoleum floor. Roy, sounds like you and Alice Cooper might have gone to the same high school. Andrew Perman says, Ketch for president. Hey, stranger things have happened. Lachlan Welsh says, Ketch can be PM in Australia. But what would Kevin Rudd do, mate? Michael Malinchak says, congrats Chapel Hill High School class of 2020. Go Tigers! And Marty Judge says, congrats to the 2020 grads of Rockingham County, Virginia. Go Blue Streaks, and to a lesser extent, go Gobblers. All right, let's open up the mailbag and see what's happening here. Oh, here's one I'm excited about reading from Stowe, Vermont, with stickers of horses and a whale on the front. Let's see who writes. Cute card, stickers inside. Hey, Ketch, we love the Hartland Hootenanny and Old Crow. We can't wait to see you again in Vermont sometimes. Thanks and keep it up. Ilana and Corey. P.S. Your Mother's Day show brought a tear to both of our eyes. Well, thanks, Ilana and Corey. And take a look at that very not Vermont landscape. Or maybe it is. You never know with the Green Mountain State. Here's one from Brooklyn, New York, from the Ferrari residence. Let's see what Madam Ferrari writes. Hi, Ketch. Thanks so much for the Hootenanny. We loved you in OCMS for nearly 20 years. My mom and I first saw you playing on a street corner in New York City. She loves to tell the story of how we found you. And she watches the Hootenanny every week. At the end, when you list who you love each week, I added in Mark Ferrari, my dad, who we lost on the day of the first Hootenanny. We love you, Joe Ferrari. All right, Mark Ferrari, you're with us in spirit tonight, and we're thinking about you and all the Ferrari family who's tuned in from Brooklyn. Thanks so much for writing. Here's a card from our friends in Jacksonville, Ohio. Just wanted to say thanks for a good laugh on Saturday night. Keep on rocking in the free world. And here's one from, clearly this is Lake Tahoe. Hey, Ketch. Here's an old-timey postcard of Lake Tahoe to say thank you for your broadcast. We look forward to it each and every Saturday night here in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Kind regards, Steve. And here's one from Arcata, California. Dude, I'm so sitting here in self-isolation, bro, thinking about our next vacation, where we'll go. The places are many, but Saturday nights are for the Hartland Hootenanny. Pick up a fiddle, play us a song, social distancing square dance will do us no wrong. One more thing before we go. God bless the bouncing man and men, working men of the Old Crow Medicine Show. What a thoughtful poem. You went to school with Alice Cooper, too. I got time for a couple more. Here's one from the great state of Utah. Let's see what they write. Oh, I love when you all send stickers. An arrest is not a conviction. Thanks for Dharma Wheels. Howdy, Ketch, from your favorite dentist and folk singer, Dr. John, in Park City, Utah. All of us from Mountain Town wish the Old Crows the best and wanted to send you a sticker for your bat. I will proudly affix said sticker on said back. bat. And thank you, Dr. John. All right, one more. This one was kind of a package. I'm pretty excited about this one. Now it says, to Ketch Secor with love from the fine folks in Callahan, California. Say hello to Sierra Ferrell. From Wind Fields and Johnny Callahan, play Crazy Eyes, please. And here is a record. Oh, wait a minute. Did you all send us $20? Did you know that we need your $20? Did you know that you can also send us money through PayPal? And at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a link. You know that we're not working until God knows when, that we're going to have to start busking again in New York City just to pay the bills. So thanks for this $20 bill. And let's read your letter. Yo, Ketch, you jalapeno white bean chili chicken eating spark plug. Your Hartland Hootenanny is truly the most sick, gnarly thing to hit the screen since Bull Durham. Oh my God, you have no idea how close to home that hits. And that is the ultimate compliment. All right, what's next? Oh my God. It's wonderful. If you want to write the Hartland Hootenanny, it's easy. And with quarantine providing you ample time for activities such as letter writing and stamp ordering and envelope licking and disinfecting after your mail carrier visits your porch, then please mail your letters to the Hartland Hootenanny in care of Old Crow Medicine Show's Heartland Studios, 711 Hart Lane, Nashville, Tennessee 37216. Don't have time to disinfect on your way to the post office? Stay home, folks. Correspond with the Hartland Hootenanny on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Oh, and one more special announcement before we move on to our next segment. Are you looking for the perfect work from home attire? Are you a fan of Old Crow Medicine Show? Are you a size small, medium, large, extra large, or extra large? Are you bothering to get dressed at all during quarantine? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, you're gonna love the new clothes that we're wearing. So, get your new t-shirts, and we're gonna get geared up for our next segment. It's a thrill, y'all. We're giving it away, and we're moving on to our next segment, which I think is, I'm hoping, oh yeah, that's right. It's time for our, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what that sound means? It's time to tighten up the strap on that mortarboard. Make sure your gowns are comfortably loose and not bunching up. Strap on those special Kenneth Coles that you bought at the mall back in February, anticipating that this special night was going to come. Because it's time now for the Hartland Hootenanny Social Distancing Square Dance Class of 2020 edition. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You'd better move. You'd better dance. That's right. Hey, writers, as always, it's time for this wonderful edition. Now, let me roll it in. That's right. As always, let's roll in that graceful dancing companion, replete with fun and log. It's a graceful dance partner to dazzle the dance floor on your quarantine cotillion. Here she is, folks. You know her well. She's the large and unwieldy stump that I found in an alley. This is a log. Oh. A log from a tree fell during the Super Tuesday tornado here in East Nashville, and it seems to have its mojo working for the class of 2020 tonight. Just wait and see what it does for your dance steps. Are you out on the dance floor, graduates? Are you ready to rock and sing? Here we go. Ah! Woo! Dance a while. From a space of roughly 6 feet and hold on tight. Fellas, don't let her out of your sight. Just don't touch her, all right? It's a buck dancer's choice. Just ladies, be sure to choose plenty of space between you and your man. Ah! Ah! Woo! Oh, we burned down the barn here on the Hootenanny tonight. Well, what fun it is. Well, you know what that sound means when you hear it. That sound means it's time to go straight to our next special segment here on the Hartland Hootenanny, a wonderful bit that I like to call Brighten Your Quarantine with the radiant hues of tonight's very special guest star. And tonight's celestial orbit is particularly well illuminated by none other than this dazzling star. Here she is, folks, the pride of West, by golly, giving new meaning to the motto, Mountaineers are always free. Please welcome to the Hartland Hootenanny, Sierra Ferrell.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh,
Oh my God, y'all look great. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Nate. I'm glad you brought your fiddle. Were you just dancing to a square dance in that lovely gingham gown?
oh yeah, this is a good dress my friend Becca Ray Coat gave me. And then I was definitely doing some spinning in it because I love dancing. But these days it's a little harder. But I'm glad that you found a partner with your log.
Yes, me and my log, we go way back. I'm so glad you guys are on the show.
Me too. I'm really glad to be here. And this is Nate Leith over here playing fiddle.
Well, Nate, Leith, I can't wait to hear you play that thing. It's Saturday night. The folks are tuned in, and we all want to hear some good music the way you do it best, Sierra. So let her fly, sister.
All right. When I was going through the drawer at an old antique store, when a note on the page caught my eye. Words they wish had made my insides feel bad, like it spoke from the man that I adore. Well, he was moving on and he spent most of his nights gone, and I knew our love was ending. To this very day, I still get tears in my eyes for the words he never said. Give it time, write some letters. Give it time and you'll feel better. And soon they will fade from your mind. Give it time for no more sleepless nights. Give it time, you'll find the one that's right. You still from your mind. Give it time for no more sleepless nights. Give it time, you'll find the one that's right. You think that you still need me, just give it time.
Oh my God, I love that. Give it time. That was beautiful. You guys sounded so great. And I'm particularly thrilled by the cameo performance by Audrey Fish McAlpine. I hope we're going to see her again later in the show. Nate, you sound beautiful on the fiddle. I love that song, Sierra. It's time for our Q&A portion of the show, so I'm going to begin with a little softball. Think about it now. If you were a superhero, Sierra, what powers would you have?
Well, I would definitely be able to fly. I don't want to read minds because I don't really want to know what people are thinking. Maybe laser beams. I like laser beams out of the eyes, so then I can melt things to destroy the bad guys.
All great answers. Wow, I can't wait to see you in your costume. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, Sierra, what animal would you be?
A fox.
Totally.
Sorry, that makes Wayne's World.
Okay. If you could be quarantined with anyone living or dead, who would it be?
Jimmy Rogers.
Oh, God bless Kenny Rogers.
Kenny, Jimmy.
Oh, sorry. Clearly my mind is elsewhere. Okay, finally. What's the first thing that you plan to do? And this is a question for you too, Nate. What's the first thing that you guys plan to do once we're all able to leave our self-quarantine again?
Well, I'm going to hug as many friends as I can. I'm going to go dancing. I love the two-step. Two-step is my favorite thing. I'm going to go dancing. I'm going to hug everyone. I might even kiss a few people on the mouth. I don't know.
How about you, Nate? What you going to do?
I would second that. I want to hug all my friends and kiss them on the mouth and have a big old time jam.
Yeah.
Naked. Naked.
Hey, let's do it over here at the Hartland Hootenanny.
Galax. Sorry? Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have a little Galax in the house and a little West by God. Y'all are the 1-2 punch. I want to hear another song. Will you play one at Saturday night? We want to dance.
Yeah, here's a quicker one for you. And this one's called Bells of Every Chapel. It's on my next record with Rounder Records.
1, 2, 3,
I swear the bells in every chapel were ringing the day that I met you. High in the trees, the birds were singing of you and me. Long deep in the quiet, you were glowing without even knowing. So way over here, the crystal clear, you were the one for me. But life leads so soon. No life is so kind. Life could lead you somewhere to be all alone. And you're crying, crying, crying. I swear the bells, every chapel, will ringing the day that I met you. Will they be ringing so clear? You couldn't hear, and your heart could never be mine. I swear the lilies in every
Audrey, thanks so much for that pop-up cowbell. That's Audrey McAlpine. That's what Saturday night's all about. Nate Leith on the fiddle, rocking it out Southwest Virginia style. And from West by God, Virginia, Sierra Ferrell. What fun, what frivolity. We hope you're going to play us out. We're going to see you real soon. Play us out while I give a little shuck and jive, will you? All right. We hope to see you real soon again. Pretty Miss Sierra Ferrell. Stay safe in your quarantine. Keep your hands clean. Don't touch your face. Don't drink Lysol. Don't drink ammonia. Thanks, Sierra Ferrell. Bye-bye. Farewell. Oh, all right. Man, that was so great. Them three are entertainers. Now, that wasn't just singing. That was performance. It's now time for some fun with our Record of the Week segment. That time in the Hootenanny when we crank up the old Victrola just like Great Granny did on her own graduation. Sarah Lawrence, class of 1941. I'm not sure that my grandmother would have particularly liked the record that I'm selected for this evening, but my Vic Damone and Perry Como collection just isn't that great. So, forgive me, Granny, and let's all listen in to the ragged but right sounds of yesteryear on the old-timey phonograph. Crank it up, boys, let her whine. To the class of 2020 grads, we say, the world is yours, as we listen to RPM recording artist Johnny Wright doing the 1955 classic for all our 2020 grads. The world is yours on the Hartland Hootenanny tonight. Singing that one out for the class of 2020 tonight, reminding them that the world is yours. Yeah, class of 2020. Hard to believe it's finally come up, y'all. Folks, I've been hearing that phrase a lot lately. The phrase, when things get back to normal. Like you, I'm longing for a return to normalcy. I want to go out and see my friends. I want to play live music in front of a heated crowd of revelers. I want to cheer for the AAA Nashville Sounds from the cheap seats and drink 2-for-1 beers on Thirsty Thursday and boo the umpire. Blue! But who can say when things will get back to normal? And if they could, what would normal be? There's one group of folks out there who will never go back to the way things were, and they are the hard-working, spirited, unstoppable, one-of-a-kind, full-on head and heart class of 2020. Hip, hip, hooray! Woo! Here's to our graduates. They're moving on, endeavoring for bigger challenges, rising to new heights, climbing tall peaks, and filling bigger boots than they ever dreamed they'd fill. Tonight's All My Tales Are Tall celebrates the class of 2020 with a little dropout wisdom. Our story begins with a misspelled word. Just last year, as Old Crow hastened to release its new album live at the Ryman on Columbia Records, we asked the great hillbilly scholar Marty Stewart to pen a few words of wisdom to share in the liner notes. Some of you may know that Marty Stewart figures prominently in the story of Old Crow Medicine Show. He was one of our lead educators in the ways of the music business. And like a good professor, He was present for many of the milestones in our career. Our first award show, music video, our first business meeting with a record company, our first $1,000 show date, our first time playing the Grand Ole Opry, and our subsequent induction, all were under Marty Stewart's tutelage. So it made sense, of course, that we would ask him to write the liner notes for our new album, recorded in the very building where he first brought us to the stage, the hallowed Mother Church. The only problem was when I received the handwritten letter that I asked him to write for the album packaging. It was so full of typos and misspellings that I found it difficult to read, at which point I faced a considerable challenge. How does a student tell a teacher that the teacher is wrong and needs to correct his work? And what if the teacher is a Grammy Award-winning country music scholar, member of the Opry, with multiple #1 songs under his belt as writer, singer, picker, and producer? The answer is delicately. Dear Marty, I wrote, this looks great. There's just a couple of questions I have where you've used, duplicate words and, idiosyncratic spelling choices, and I'm wondering if these colloquialisms are something you wish to keep in the liner notes, or did you want to change them to reflect more current spelling and grammar norms of our modern era? It was a delicate task, but it was more than worth it to get Marty Stewart's response. Ketchings, he wrote. He calls me Ketchings. I don't know why. No one has ever called me that. I've been called ketchup so many times. Mustard. In fact, I've been called all the condiments. I've been called Kent, Keith, Clay, Chance, Kevin, Kelvin, Keach, and Critter more times than I care to recall, but it's only Professor Marty Stewart who calls me Ketchings. Anyway, Dear Ketchings, he writes, my sincerest apologies for the numerous grammatical errors you encountered in my draft. What can I say? I'm a product of an 8th grade education in Mississippi. I guess you could say I graduated early. Yes, he did. Marty Stewart graduated so early that he didn't even bother to pick up his diploma. Besides, what good would a piece of parchment have done for a man who needed steel strings to do his best work? For those of you who know the story, you recall that when Marty Stewart was a young boy in Neshoba County, Mississippi, growing up adjacent to the eastern band of Choctaw Indians at Philadelphia, he went out one morning for a walk and he met an old African-American freight hopper by the railroad tracks. He went home to his mother, Hilda Stewart, and he said, Mama, I know what I want to be when I grow up. A hobo. Well, Hilda said, son, you may not grow up to be a hobo, and so Marty grew up seeking a secret pathway towards the wanderlust his heart yearned for, and soon discovered that music, country music, blazed the trail. In the 6th grade, he was discovered by Roland White, a member of Lester Flatt's band, the Nashville Grass. And so Marty completed his coursework in the celebrated honky-tonks and ballrooms, nightclubs and theaters where every night he performed. His extracurricular learning included geography of the lower 48 states as he crisscrossed America on the Silver Eagle tour bus that was his home all through his high school days. College campuses weren't a place of study, rather for performance. And from the stage, as the young man peered into an audience of his peers, he knew that he had made the right choice. He had wanted to be a hobo, and his mother had said no. So Marty Stewart blazed his own trail to a more acceptable hobodom. Picking up an instrument instead of a diploma, sporting a Stetson hat instead of a mortarboard, Marty Stewart, ever the prodigal son, returned to find his trickle of an 8th grade Mississippi education had widened into a river of song. So all you graduates out there with big boots to fill, nah, this isn't what we expected for the class of 2020. Y'all worked way too hard not to get y'all's reward. You crammed and you studied for years. You did everything right, and yet there's no ceremony for you or anyone this year. The magna cum laude scholar and that 8th grade dropout are both sitting on the same bench wondering how to get to that dream that your heart keeps telling you is yours to discover. At the very least, there ought to be a prom with spiked punch and a kiss from the one you love or have a secret crush on. And yet, instead of pomp and circumstance and your parents training their camera upon you, seated in a throng of well-wishers, tears of joy flowing, instead of a proper ceremony reflective of your staggering accomplishments, you're getting on a Zoom call in which you don't even need to be wearing pants. Yes, the casual fairs that are the graduation ceremonies of 2020. But whether you're bothering to wear pants or even dress at all, whether your grandparents can see your grainy, pixelated image on their AOL screens or not, none of this should matter. Marty Stewart never walked the graduation processional either, and yet he walked his way right up the mountainside of his wildest dream. So shall your walk be. Up the mountain. Up the mountain on a trail all your own. With all of us counting on you to reach the summit. A-wop, baba-loom-op, a-lop, bam-boom, a tutti-frutti, on Rudy, tutti-frutti, on Rudy, tutti-frutti, on Rudy, tutti-frutti, on Rudy, a tutti-frutti, on Rudy. A-wop, baba-loom-op, a-lop, bam-boom, I got a gal named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. I got a gal named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. She knows how to love me, yes indeed. Boy, don't you know what you're doing to me? Tutti frutti, on Rudy. 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 A wop, baba, loo, mop, a lop, bam, boom. How quickly time flies when you're having fun on the Hartland Hootenanny. Well, that's just about all the time we have for you here on the show tonight, this beautiful Saturday night. We want to thank tonight's very special guest star, Ferrell. And we hope to see you again next Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time when our very special guest will be painter, filmmaker, skater boy, Jersey boy, honorary Avett brother, Cracker Mike. Wow, that's going to be great. So stay tuned for that one. Well, until next week, keep following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the latest Hootenanny news. Like our page and ring that bell. Write us a letter. Donate to paypal.me/Heartland Hootenanny. See you next week, and until we meet again, God bless, be safe, take care, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and class of 2020, we raise a bottle of hand sanitizer to you. Oh, and by the way, so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. Till we find a cure, let us self-quarantine. Say the folks from the CDC. Now listen. Oh, the graduates are lined up, diplomas in hand, on Skype and on Zoom calls all over this land. And some are in gowns that say summa cum laude, and some are not wearing pants at all. They sing so long, it's been good to know you. Hey, so long, it's been good, everybody. So long, it's been good to know you. Till we find a cure, let us self-quarantine. Say the folks from the CDC. All right. Thanks again for joining us tonight on the Hartland Hootenanny. We appreciate you, each and everyone, so much out there. Thanks for your years of love and support to the Old Crow Medicine Show. And know that without your steadfast friendship, we'd probably all be dead or in jail by now. So, thanks for keeping us out of the clink. And in the pink, folks, we love you. We really do. We also love tonight's guest star in the Hartland Hootenanny, the ruby-throated West Virginian Sierra Ferrell, and we hope to get to share the stage in person with her sometime real soon. And who else do we love in the Hartland Hootenanny tonight? We love Richard Penniman, a.k.a. Little Richard. We love Pink Floyd, the Indigo Girls, Bruce Springsteen and Alice Cooper. We love Marty Stewart and Hilda Stewart and Roland White and Lester Flatt. We love the Eastern Band of Choctaw Indians. We love Johnny Wright, Louis Jordan, Mahalia Jackson, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe. And most of all, we love the graduates of the class of 2020. Woo! Get out there and do great things, graduates. That's all the time we have on the Hartland Hootenanny. But we'll see you next week. And until then, y'all stay safe and happy. God bless and take care. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Keep your distance. Stay positive. Healthy, groovy, etc. Will, free. Good night. God bless you from Nashville, Tennessee.